Hello?
Oh my god, wait, Soju's alive!
Oh, Soju, oh, he says he was broken? Senna.
Hey!
It's B-Patch Day!
Woo!
Wahoo! Yeah! Wahoo!
Like, I don't mind the unit being broken as long as it's not fucking Silco and it's just like the worst thing to play against in my life. At least Kaisa, when you lose, you only get 1 ode. But the thing is with Silco, when you lose, you get 10 ode.
Oh, Afix says, hey Soju, do you want me to teach you how to enact change with giving feedback?
Yes, I would love to. And I would also appreciate if the people balancing the game don't release it as if their creators are silver. Mortdog is 1k LP, so he knows that Econ on stage 1 is not the same thing as Econ on stage 3, and it's definitely not the same thing as Econ on stage 4, but somehow it's released that way. You don't need a single game play tested to know it should not be released like that.
I mean, I think he agrees with that point, right? I think that the trying to launch these new sets is like drinking from a fire hose, and he agrees that they missed on that one, and they're gonna fix it really quickly.
But like the reason, like I feel like the reason a lot of people just got so frustrated and quit is because, it's set 6.5. Like, it's don't you think it's a little ridiculous that stage 1, like if you can't get offered Rich Get Richer on stage 4, why can you get offered like treasure trove, golden gifts, all those, right? And it's like, yeah, he admitted that they fucked up, but I'm just like, the reason I'm like trying to complain so adamantly is because set 7 is augments as well, and like it is, you don't even need like what I'm saying is like you don't need a single game of playtest to realize like, hey, maybe.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think that Mort's response, he says they missed on that. He's completely on the same page. I think it's not a, I guess my take on this is people make mistakes and there's a million different things they're trying to juggle, and so it seems like either no one raised their hand and said, well, what about, like, we're not offering Rich Got Richer, so should we categorize a whole bunch of other augments as econ augments, or someone did, but it was deprioritized. But I don't think it's reasonable to say, because there's a million different things they could have gotten wrong, right? And I'm not sure it's reasonable to say that they're not allowed to make those mistakes. If augments had been around for 6 sets, sure, but augments have been around for half of a set, and they're still like learning and improving on them. I think your criticism is super valid. I'm just not sure it's reasonable to say that there's no world in which they should have. It's completely unreasonable for them to have shifted the game this way.
I feel like it's pretty unreasonable.
Yeah,
people that are like, oh yeah, like no one quit but him. Soju's the only one complaining. This is the most unsuccessful a launch has been, and it's for a reason. Like, there's just no fucking way that it can ever be released like this.
Do you actually think
the
that's true?
The Twitch viewership is 1/3 of set 6 release. 1/3.
Yeah,
and like set 5 viewership was like not even high. So that means like everyone came for set 6 and then no one came back for set 6.5. And the people that did come back quit like within a day.
Yeah, and I mean a huge impact of that is you, right? Like if you were streaming, the viewership would be a lot higher. Same thing with Kiyoon.
No,
set 6, dude, even if I wasn't streaming, it was at like 60k, 60, 70k.
They went down like 40% though.
And now sometimes at nighttime, it's at 5k.
Yeah. I mean,
but that is no one took
no,
night shift though.
I think you're both right.
All them played.
Yeah,
I think Soju is right, but I think the fact that he hasn't streamed recently also made it even worse.
No. It was already bad.
And it's not like one thing that's just
it was bad to start.
I think Twitch viewership is a metric that isn't. It's an important metric, but I don't think it's what Riot's going to look at to be like, this is the success of the set, right? Like, it's just
nature summed it up right there.
Yeah.
I have like no real context on any of this stuff, but I can confidently say that Twitch viewership is not the only metric that matters.
Oh, for sure. I mean, Mortdog has said that publicly many times.
Yeah.
Not at all like the main metric that they're judging against. But I mean, I think Soju is right that it is saying something about player sentimentality about the state of the game right now.
Soju, I'm gonna teach you how to prove that Silco should get changed. what I would like you to do is get me a clip of a fight you think you should have won, but you lost because of Silco, and we're gonna watch the replay. I think that is the first step you need to do, and we need to actually look down, get our expectations of who should win, why should that team win, and then let's actually watch how it plays out and see that Silco was the difference. Otherwise, all I hear is someone complaining about Knife's Edge when their entire team is on the back line.
That was a good clip.
I
I mean that's the hyperbolic version, but like
it doesn't work with Silco because the thing is, you don't even need to play a game.
okay.
You can just read the stats.
All right, here's another lesson.
Yeah.
That may be true, but it is still more impactful to show that, right? Like for argument's sake, let's assume that this is something we want to try for reasons that we don't have full insight into. Maybe it is such a cool thematic thing. Maybe it ties in so well with Arcane. Maybe a million other things. Forget all of that. Point is, it is in the game. Let's take a look at it and let's see how it actually impacts the gameplay instead of just spewing words that, quite frankly, don't mean anything. Like, it's not actionable.
Okay, but the thing is, like, I usually, so this is gonna sound troll, but I feel like I usually suck it up and play through the shit patches, and it's not like objectively shit, but I think this one is just straight up objectively shit. And the reason I say that is because there's just so much stuff that was. It's not like one thing that is like pissing me off. It's like. It's just like everything coming together just makes the launch of the set like not exciting.
No, I totally get it.
And
really
I'm not gonna sit here and come with 20 plays.tv clips of like, oh, I got offered this augment. Oh, Silco did nothing here. Oh, Ari did nothing here. Oh, competitive is this bad. It's just like, it's just like if sets like I'm just praying that set 7 is not like that.
Let me interject. Like, you don't have to. My goal isn't telling you what to do. My thing right here is if you want to enact change, this is an approach to do so. It sounds like you don't really want to, and like if you want to just kind of vent or talk about some of the frustrations or just kind of wish it were better or just like briefly say it and let someone else do the legwork, that's fine. You don't need to do any of the work. But again, if you actually want to learn how to kind of make these changes happen, I'd be happy to show you.
Wait, I feel like everything that I complained about is getting changed.
Do you think this was the most effective way of making it get changed, or do you think it's been changed to the degree you want it to be?
Yeah, I think the B patch.
What's the problem?
90% of the time, the B patch doesn't even come because it's too expensive.
What? What are you basing that off of?
There was this one patch I remember in set 6. There was a patch, and then Mort was just like, "Oh yeah, we can't."
It happens sometimes, right? But
there's also a pretty big difference between the first patch of a set/mid set and like, not the first patch.
30% of their max health. 30.
Okay.
I don't know.
I want to share my opinion. Okay, so Soju, I have a question for you, right? So this patch is not the best, right? But do you really think it is so bad that it deserves taking a break compared to some of the patches we played through? Like, you remember in set 5, the Vayne patch, Vayne 1 was a fast 9? Like, surely that patch was worse than this one, no?
That one is worse in terms of like...
Oh, that one was fun, though.
No, but the problem is just like, there's just too much bullshit. Like, your early game is unfun, your mid game is unfun because of the augments, and then your late game is just Silco. Like, that's my complaint. It's just like, the thing is with the Vayne thing... Okay, honestly, that Vayne patch was pretty shit. I'm surprised.
That's what I'm saying. But you played every day on that patch.
Yeah, that patch was
so why are patches like that? Why didn't you take a break during those patches? That's like my question. Because I feel like this patch is bad, but we played through like hundreds of those patches. No.
I mean, it has to be partially because you've been playing TFT 12 hours a day for 3 months straight, right? It has to be partially burnout. Like it just has to be. And that's fine, right? Like every single player that's ever played TFT wants to take some time off, right? But like obviously like the patch is part of it, right? Like the patch being bad is part of it, but like it has to be partially the fact that like you haven't taken a break for what, a fucking year? Like that's insane, no?
No, but Soju doesn't take breaks.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna dip, but if you do actually want to, like, if something seems off to you and you want to figure out how to get it improved, I'd be happy to help. That does not sound like the immediate case, so do whatever you want.
Oh, I don't think Smojo and us cared that much. We just bitch to bitch. No.
No, I know, I get that, I really do. It sounded like there might be some interest, and if there is interest, that is.
Oh no, Sojo's one of the laziest guy I know. That's a no-go. I'm his manager.
Oh.
That's a no-go.
Where's Barry when we need him?
Anything that requires more work, that's a no-go. This was so awkward. Yeah, how come we're kind of awkward here?
No, I just have no interest. Like it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, but usually you're one of the least awkward people I know.
Wait, this isn't awkward, bro. Who's saying it's awkward?
Oh, something on my Twitch chat's awkward. So if
Oh,
Twitch chat is
okay.
awkward, that's when you know it's awkward.
No, it's not. Twitch chat says the stupidest shit left and right.
No, but someone's okay. You know, like after reading Reddit competitive TFT.
Okay, that's
I'm
your
starting
first.
to think
That's your first problem. You read the Reddit for Reddit.
Yeah. No, after seeing those people, I'm starting to think all my Twitch chatters are fucking like smart as fuck compared to those guys.
I mean, I don't know how people in my chat are like shit talking Soju so hard and expecting to not get banned.
Hey, if you want to shit talk me, that's fine. Don't bitch when they fucking release Rek'Sai Sejuani copies on set 7. And they probably won't, because I fucking bitched. And look at the B patch. Everything I bitched about, they fixed. Like, what do you mean? Do you guys want to play fucking Rek'Sai Sej Renata for 2 weeks straight?